Hi, I'm Jennifer Janish, owner of Adored Salon and Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. I'm obsessed with curly hair. I cut it, style it, and extend it, and this podcast is all about my curly girl obsessions that stretch far beyond just curly hair. Hey everyone, it's the Adored Salon team. Hello. We're taking this opportunity. We have a 30-minute drive into the city. We're doing hair today for this event that Alyssa's mom is good friends with the coordinator. It's called the Angelman Syndrome Event. And we're super excited. We're styling hair for the moms of these children who really don't get to leave their house. They're taking care of them 24/7, and this happens to be their big fundraiser of the year. Colin Farrell is a speaker at it, whose son also has Angelman syndrome. So it's just going to be a chat about us, life, hair salon world, and all the things that go on. Hopefully I get us there in one piece while we're talking. And so with that, let it begin. So let's talk about, oh, look at that. I just missed it. Let's talk about hair life. Let's everyone talk about why they wanted to be a hairstylist. All right.
Okay.
Chloe, go first.
Well, I knew I wanted to be a hairstylist because I hated sitting in the classroom in high school. And I always enjoyed doing hair. Like my hair was always done. I enjoyed doing makeup. I was always the one doing my friend's hair for homecomings and stuff like that. And I just knew in my heart I could not go to like a 4-year university. It's so expensive, and to invest all that time into something I wasn't even passionate about, I just didn't want to do that. And so I chose beauty school because it felt like the best trade that suited me best. And I'm so glad I did because I love doing it. I especially love curly hair and the extensions. I love doing
Did you ever think that you'd be doing curly hair? Because you have straight hair.
No, I didn't up until beauty school. I know. I'm like also
the curve.
I'm like 3 feet tall right now too because I'm holding the tripod with both of my legs. So I'm not actually this short. But
fell a little.
no. Yeah, we got it.
There we go. Perfect.
Readjust. There we go. But no, I totally did not think I would do curly hair up until I got to beauty school, and I actually started doing was called texture honors, and it was all about the perms and curly hair. And I kind of realized like, oh wow, I kind of like diffusing more than I like doing a blowout because
God,
one,
I hate blowouts.
way easier. I can put some product in and emphasize some curls all day long, but a blowout, I'm sweating 10 minutes in. So
yeah.
So yeah, I'm so glad. I love curly hair. I love showing people how to embrace their curly hair, and yeah, it's fabulous.
What other question could I ask you about becoming a hairstylist? It's gonna be the adjustment.
Here, I might just have to hold it.
All right, Jackie, why did you want to be a hairstylist?
Well, when I was in high school, I thought
You're probably gonna have to talk a little bit louder.
when I was in high school, I thought that I wanted to actually be like, first I thought I wanted to be a nurse. And then the more I thought about it is I don't really do good with bodily fluids, blood. I'm like, I don't know if I can really handle that. So then I'm like, well, like an X-ray tech or an ultrasound tech. And my mom's like, well, if you're gonna go to school and spend all this money, kind of back to what Chloe was saying, like you need to be positive that that's what you want to do. And so she made me job shadow at a hospital in the imaging department. I job shadowed ultrasound, X-ray, MRI, and I quickly realized it was too depressing. It wasn't for me. But I still wanted to do something that like was working with people and helped people and, to make them feel good. And that's kind of how I was like, well, I've always been the person that liked to do my friend's hair for the things and all of that. So I'm like, well, that's beauty school. And if I didn't like it. You know, it's only a year of schooling if you go full time, and I could always find something else later. And it would be something that would allow me to go to school and have a job while I was in college, if that was the route that I chose. I ended up really loving it, and there was no need to go to college. I saved myself a ton of money, and I love what I do.
Mhm.
And it really is like such a flexible like job, especially where I'm at like at this point in my life. Like you can always pivot, and you can you know, go from part-time to full-time, full-time to part-time while you're raising a family. And it's flexible. It's like my getaway, and it's my time for myself. And I love coming to work and having time to talk to adults now that I have kids. And I just really enjoy my job, and I enjoy the specialties that I've fallen into with the curly hair and
Now,
extensions.
did you ever think that you'd be so like invested in curly hair as you are now?
No, I didn't think that I would be, but it definitely makes sense. I mean, growing up, I was the girl with the curly hair that my mom had no clue what to do with, and it was just bigger than life. And it's like practically outside of the photo and all my pictures because she would just brush it and just make it frizzy as could be. She never tried to just make it look like a nice curl. And so I'm happy that I did, especially to like teach other people how to, you know, embrace their texture and not constantly be smoothing it. Because as I got older and started to do my own hair, I was constantly in junior high and high school. I would wash my hair every morning. I would flat iron it every morning before school, and I would constantly be trying to suppress it. And now I get to teach people that you don't have to do that. Just embrace it.
All right, Celia. I'm just going in the order of the chairs. Are you trying to put your eyelashes on back there?
Looks like it's really ashy.
I have to really laugh.
I think we had to make her
I just have
Oh,
to
you
get to
know where to
Roosevelt.
go. Fabulous.
Roosevelt.
I don't know why this thing is just not
Because it's like
talking.
go to Roosevelt. Be in every light on Roosevelt Road. I saw this reel the other day, Celia, and I didn't send it to you because I didn't want you to get offended. But it was you and me both, and it was so funny because it was this girl, and it's like the running words across it. That friend that you have with those lashes, and it's windy, and like her lashes are blowing in her face, and then like all the blow dryer hits her face, and these lashes are like pushing over here. I was like, oh, that's
The next stop
me
sign
and
is turn
Celia.
1 mile. Turn left.
All right. So while you're putting on your lashes, tell us why you wanted to be a hairstylist. And you could start with the fact that you wanted to do makeup first.
Yeah. My intention was never really to do hair. I mainly just didn't want to go to college. Was like my biggest thing. I was like, I'll do anything to not go. And
Can we preface that too with like you were a big soccer player in high school?
yeah, big soccer player. Played soccer for like 13 years or something like that. But
Do I
I didn't.
remember though, like could you have gone to college playing soccer?
I mean, if I wanted to, I probably could have. But I never really like that was not really like ever my thing that I felt myself doing outside of high school. So yeah, so I never really actually wanted to do hair necessarily. I decided that I wanted to go to beauty school for makeup. And then
Hence the lashes.
yeah, then I took a makeup class and that completely changed my mind. I was like, yeah, that's horrible.
Why did it change your mind? What was it about it?
I think
Like-
it's just I feel like it's a lot of stuff. Just the pressure, because I feel like for makeup, number one, I feel like it's harder to get like a steady clientele for stuff like that, and I feel like it's a lot of pressure to do like the biggest thing is like weddings and stuff like that, and that's something I never really saw myself doing. And for
At
me,
the
it was
next
really
light,
hard
turn left.
when we were in the makeup classes to do more natural stuff because that's just not how I look. Like I don't go for the natural look. I don't go for the minimal look. So like that was challenging to me because it was just like I'm not very versatile in that
At
aspect.
the light,
Like
turn left on
You
Beach
like
Road.
dramatic.
yes, and someone's like natural glam. I was most definitely struggling because I don't know what that looks like. So,
Where's your inch long lashes blowing in the wind?
So yeah, then I got into hair. I never necessarily saw myself doing a ton of curly hair. That was something that I always wanted to do just because it's something that we were never taught. But so many of our clients had. It wasn't never like, oh, it's because I like diffusing more, which now it's like diffusing is way better than doing a blowout. But I'm the cleanup blowouts only because I could not figure out how to use a curling iron.
2.5 miles.
So then I had to fire blowouts, but I didn't know how to use a curling iron ever.
That is kind of funny. Like it, Celia, let's talk about your own hair and what you like. For Celia to style her hair, she just puts a wig on her head.
Yeah, I don't do all that.
So you never have to worry about styling it really.
Exactly. The only thing I've ever learned how to use was a straightener. I always straightened my sew-ins when I was in high school.
Which
like,
you do still very well, straighten those wigs.
yeah. So that was like the only thing I knew how to use. I'd never used a blow dryer before I went to beauty school. Never had to really necessarily do my hair except for straighten it. Washing
In 2
hair at
miles,
first was
take a
so
slight left
confusing
turn
because
from
I
Chicago
never washed
and
my
I-290
hair.
East.
So yeah, everything was very much an adjustment. I feel like the reason for me blowouts were easier for me because for like blowouts you need a lot of tension and stuff like that if you're trying to get that type of wave and volume and stuff like that. And that's something that I've never scared of because of my own hair. So yeah, but I never really saw myself. I always wanted to do curly hair, never really saw or knew what that was gonna look like for me. But once I got into it, my hair thing.
All right. All right, Alyssa, you're gonna have to project your voice
Okay, can you hear me?
really good. We can, but you might have to talk a little bit louder.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
In my ear. Okay, so I
Cover it with your lashes, Celia. Just have to get through it.
Okay, so I have this similar story to Jackie. I kind of wanted to be a nurse for a while and then like realized the same thing. Like the main thing was the needles. Like I can't do it. I just can't do it. It makes me want to vomit. It makes me like I give a lot of people credit who do that because the needles. I just shots for me, not
Chicago
okay.
and
So
I-290 East.
once I found out that I didn't want to be a nurse, I was a cheerleader like all through high school. So I would like we would be on the bus on the way to competition and I would be like in the seat on the bus behind like all of my friends like teasing their hair, like making these big Texas
Take a
ponytails.
slight
Like
left turn.
that was my jam. It was so fun to like make it so big and like it was the best. I've always loved big hair. So I feel like that's where like the passion kind of started was like in cheerleading and doing my hair and doing my friends' hair and so that's where that kind of started. And then COVID kind of happened and I was like, oh, like I need to reach out to someone, like I need to figure out more information about this beauty school thing. So then I got in contact with Jen, and we were able to kind of come up with a plan of like where I was gonna go to school. And she didn't have room for me at the time. So she was like, go find a job somewhere else, just see if you like the industry. And so I did, I found a job somewhere else.
And basically go work for someone else so you could see how awesome I am.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then I worked for someone else for a little bit, and then once Chloe like graduated from beauty school, I was able to take her like assisting at desk hours. So I kind of filled that spot, and then I started working.
In half a mile, continue on
Now,
the
did-
20 Eisenhower
did-
Expressway.
Did you ever think that you would be doing curly hair like you do now?
Definitely not. I think that once I started though, like it just felt right. Like it felt like this is something that I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to be the best
Eisenhower Expressway.
It was like, I don't know, like in school they always tell you like it's so much better to find a specialty, and then all these people are doing like the Vivids. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do the Vivid. Like it's just there was a bunch of things and nothing felt like it was right.
In
until
about
I
13
started,
miles,
like
keep left onto
figuring out
20
what
Eisenhower
worked
Expressway.
later. So not necessarily, but it feels right.
All right, London, you're gonna have to talk really loud because your voice is always soft. Why do you want to become a hairstylist?
I don't really know.
Loud. Yes, you do. I don't really know, but talk
Like-
louder.
What?
Talk louder.
She said she always thought it was really cool. Like I know that I'm not gonna be able to like do the desk job when I'm doing stuff that I don't want to go to college at all. So like going into hair is like perfect.
Well, beauty school is hair college.
I know, but it's not as long as
Yeah, it's not. But the thing about beauty school too, I think that people don't talk about is like we can all say, oh, I didn't want to go to college. I did not want to go to college. I hated school and I had to be doing something like with my hands. And but we're always in fucking school.
Yeah.
We're always learning something new. And we always have to be upping our game with education to stay current. Like, did you guys ever think that you would be taking this much continuing education hours? Like, or for that matter, let's talk about the cost of our continuing education
Yeah.
hours. Like, I just saw this and I felt like they copied it from one of my posts that I copied from someone else's post. That this statement, it got the most likes on the extension page account ever. And it was like, talking from someone like narrating into like a hairstylist life. And it was like, girl, or it didn't just say girl. That's like, it was like, yes, you did not go to college. You did not have to pay for college, but you make more than most people with a four-year degree. So stop acting like your career is subpar, babe. It's like, how many times in your life, and you know, maybe this does not exist for you guys because I feel like the stylist life is more elevated now than ever, right? But so much growing up in my life, I felt like I always had to prove why or like how I was going to be a stylist, but I still was going to kill it in life and making money because it was like, oh, you're just going to be a hairstylist. Oh, you're just going to be a hairstylist. I was sitting at Babcock's the other night eating dinner and I was by myself because I was craving it so bad. And there was this table behind me. They were talking about, it was either a niece or a cousin. And they're like, it took everything out of me not to turn around and say something in this conversation. They're like, yeah, like her grades were so good in school. She could have gotten into like Northwestern or whatever university she wanted. And she is just going to go to beauty school now. Can you even believe that? And I'm like, oh,
Surprised you didn't turn around.
it was,
Yeah.
I just, you know what? I was like in my own mood and just like feeling life like, I mean, as I've said this whole week, my ovaries are screaming like I've hit period cramps. I'm like losing my mind. I thought if I opened my mouth, probably what was going to come out was not going to be the best representation of Jennifer Janice, the Dorn salon owner. It just was not. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to them belittle our profession to no end. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I was kicked out of my house at the age of 20. At that time, we didn't have health insurance. Like, you weren't on your parents' health insurance. I had to have my own health insurance. I had a brand new car that was a car pay, like my rent 30 years ago was $865 a month. My health insurance was $375 a month. My car payment was $385 a month. And thank God cell phones weren't a thing yet. I'm pretty sure that I didn't have a cell phone yet. Maybe I did. Maybe they were just starting. That's how old I am. And I had to eat, and I had to pay for my laundry. And I had a clothing collection. I had a studio apartment, but it had 3 closets. One of them was a massive walk-in closet. I had so many clothes and so many purses and so many shoes. And it was like, I was making full-blown commission. There was no hourly, there was nothing. And I was like saving money too. I was freaking killing it at 20 years old. Like, I had no choice. What other career could you walk in? Like, not that I walked into it because I hustled my ass hard, but like, Chloe, you moved out, what,
21.
21. And
Yeah.
that was like so damn scary to me. I remember Chloe's like, oh, I'm buying a new car. And I'm like, what?
Mhm.
Like, I felt responsible. And then Chloe's like, oh yeah, I'm moving out. What?
Yeah.
I felt responsible. Jackie, what age did you move out at? I think you were a little bit older because you went to beauty school after. How old were you?
I went to beauty school right after high school. I started working. It was probably like 20, I think I was 22.
When you moved out?
Yeah.
And
Because
did,
when I was 21, I wasn't out yet. I was 22. Pretty sure it was a year after the flood opened, and then I lived
above it.
upstairs with another girl who we worked with at the time, and we lived above the salon. So it wasn't so scary because I felt like everything was like split. I had a roommate, and I didn't have a car payment. I had a car that was paid off. But I mean, it was a big jump for being 20.
Yeah.
None of my friends were even done with college yet. Nobody else was living on their own.
Right. No, they were just getting out of college.
Yeah.
And I feel like in our career too, it's like you're going to either make it or break it. And it's like sink or swim, right? Because you have no choice. Like, they're just not going to, if you're on commission, you got to make it happen, right? And
Yeah.
Celia and Alyssa, you're on your way to moving out. I can feel it. Not because
I'm gone.
Celia's mom looks up available apartments for her on the daily. And Alyssa has been on the thought process of moving out, but has it really good at home. So save your money. And Celia, you've been saving your money. So it's a good thing. And yeah, it just all comes together pretty easy. What's your favorite part about, like, I'm a commercial for Adored Salon. What's your favorite part about working at the salon? Anybody can go.
The money.
I think like
Let's be honest, Celia.
I think that my favorite part is like being so small and so specialized. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up with guys. So like, I've never been in an environment with all girls, but like, I just don't see myself thriving. Like, I was always on a co-ed cheer team. Like, I had never been in an environment that was all females. And nothing against that because we're all great people, but like, I just think it works better because we're so small and so specialized. Like, we all get along and like, there's no, I don't know, like, I just think that being in this nice small environment and like being able to be so specialized and like we're so close, we can bounce ideas off each other. Like it just works.
Yeah, I think the same thing, like teamwork in a small environment and also like coming from the first salon that I worked at with Jen, like it was a big salon. It was a salon and spa. And I feel like you could get really lost in the mix and you don't like, I don't know, you're not friends with everybody who works there. Like it's just a different feeling. Like Adored Salon is more like, I mean, you walk in and it feels like you're like sitting in your living room with like a bunch of your girlfriends.
Yeah.
And everybody that I work with, I would consider to be, one of my friends. Like, I think it's definitely like a very different environment than what's common in the beauty industry.
So,
come across that.
like, what I feel like that we have that, what you're saying, Jackie, how it's just not common. The way that we work together in other salons, commission stylists are out for blood. Their client is their client. There's no crossing that boundary.
Keep left on 20 Eisenhower Expressway.
That also like how we help each other with clients. That would not, at least in every salon that I've ever worked in, and I think Adored Salon is like my 8th salon in the 33 years that I've been doing hair. You would have never been like, oh, can you come over here and help me with this foil? Because you would have feared that person taking your client from you. It just wouldn't have happened. And so the ability to work the way that we do, and because we've all worked together in the way that, like, we trained, we all know how everybody does their work, right? Yes, and each one of you has a spin and a different specialty on your curly haircut, the way you highlight, how you're doing your extensions, how you're coloring them. Each one of us has a strength in a different area. Just like last week, Alyssa, you had that redhead that came in.
Yeah.
And like, I am primarily blonde and brunette clients. Red is not my strength, but it was me and Chloe, right, that were able to ask about this hair color. And thank God Jackie was there, because I was like,
Jackie's so good with the reds.
and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I would do. But as far as the color formulation, you got to talk to Jackie, because I can't give that to you. And Alyssa's like, well, I got the color formulation. I know that. And I don't know if you and Jackie talked or whatever,
Yeah, we did.
but like, it's no, in others,
Of a mile. Take the exit onto Wacker Drive.
in other salons, you would have been afraid to ask, you would have been afraid to admit any form of,
Stay in the second lane from right.
what am I gonna say, like, not inferiority, but like,
I think it's just like a fear. Like you're just scared to like not know, And I've never ever in my life like been scared to ask someone for help.
Use the right lane to take the exit
A lot of
onto Wacker
hairstylists
Drive.
have big egos.
yeah, they
I
do.
think that's where the fear comes from.
That we all have our fair share of an ego too, but not like what you're saying, Jackie. You know what I mean? Like that big ego. There are so many hairstylists
Yeah, like we're not
Left onto
above
Wacker
it.
Drive.
Like, we're
Yeah.
not above asking
Learning
for
from each
help
other.
or learning from each other. If somebody has a strong point somewhere, like
Left
we
onto Wacker Drive. Then keep
acknowledge
left onto
that
Lower
and
Wacker
totally
Drive.
like bounce ideas off of each other. Like when one person has a strong point and the other person struggles, there's no fear in asking them for their opinion at least.
and the other part, like the sisterhood part of it,
Keep
kind
left
of
onto
over.
Lower Wacker Drive.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Alyssa, about how like working together as all females, that could be also
3/4 of a mile. Take a slight right turn onto West Wacker
kind
Drive.
of crazy, but at the same time, like at our salon, I feel like because we are so close, a slight what, right
turn.
here,
Right.
Oh, gosh.
Go straight.
um,
That's 0.6 miles. You do that.
if someone is off, or if someone's acting like an asshole, nobody's afraid to be like, what's your problem? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? You know, and I think that that's also a
Wait, what
really,
did you say, Chloe? You're like depressive episode? Question.
Yeah. Yeah. You going into a depressive episode right now? What's going on with that?
Fully admit it. Like, yep, I'm in a depressive episode. Like,
Yeah, you're like, I can't
Sometimes
take
I
this
just
today.
announce it before, like I'm in a bad mood today, so watch out. Yeah.
Jackie suggested that we get a positive box and a negative box. And I think that this is really good.
yeah, like daily dumps. You're like, God, that client sucked. Let me just write it out and put it in the box.
Yes,
Yeah,
and get rid of
throw
it.
away, and then
Yep.
you have to write a positive, and, flip it.
And it's like if someone was bothering you before you came in, just write it down and get rid of it in the box, the negative box, and
Use
then
the right lane to take a slight right turn onto West Wacker
I
Drive.
think that's super cute.
That's such a good idea.
I think it'd be cute, like even if we kept it out, like for our clients to do too. Like, write it in the positive box.
what am I
Like,
straight?
put it in the negative.
Yeah,
box.
tell me
Yeah.
right about us, and then I'm like,
Could you imagine? Oh, you had the nerve to say my hair was frizzy today.
Right?
What? She didn't like my makeup? Is this where I'm going right? No.
No.
Okay, I just never drive down in this.
Well, we're in a tunnel right now.
Jeez, I hope it's recording.
Right? I
Gosh.
think it is. I see the little green light.
Take a slight right turn.
If anybody has driven in Chicago on Lower Wacker Drive,
I'm surprised my directions are still on.
right? It's kind of an experience.
Right onto East Wacker Place.
Definitely a whole little underground town. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Like, what are those futuristic movies where the world goes to shit and they live like in these gross, like,
Yeah, like Wally.
was it Matrix where they lived so far below the ground?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't see it.
Oh, that's a good series. It's really, really good. Fred, of course, my sci-fi loving husband. And like, where does that door go to? Who seems to be like, oh, I'm going in that door on Lower Wacker Drive by number 77.
Right?
It's kind of gross
They're
down,
loading docks.
and it smells down here.
The smell is a
Smell is a little bit toxic. Underground Chicago. Okay, so which way? Straight? Following? What am I doing?
follow it. Follow it.
Like, who could even read the sign with the damn graffiti on it? For fuck's sake. So, ooh. I know
It's
I
the
sit
reality
there,
of it. It's
just
the reality.
of driving in the car, trying to film a podcast.
Right onto East Wacker Place. Then turn right onto North Garland Court.
Thank God, maybe we'll get the hell out of this.
Right. Get us out of Whacker.
Is this Garland?
No.
Michigan. Great.
I can see the opening. The light is coming back
Yeah.
now.
Jeez. Oh. Hope the smell.
Turn right onto North Garland
It's a
Court.
little
And
tent
then
house.
turn left onto East.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
I did too.
I don't see
Up in the
Garland
air.
Court.
I
Is it coming?
think it's this one.
Lower level.
I'm gonna say it's this.
Columbus Drive.
I don't know. It's saying
Are we
here
past?
60 feet. No, it's saying it's this one, I think.
The stop sign. Turn left onto East Lake Street. Then turn left
Turn
onto
left?
North Stetson Avenue.
Oh, because it's on the other side.
Okay.
All right, we're probably just gonna end up on Lakeshore Drive for a minute.
Oh, it's a 5-minute walk from here.
Well, it's right there,
Oh,
but we're all the way in the right lane. Because that's what the directions looked like the whole time. Gosh. All right, someone has to talk. I've done all the talking. Podcast life.
I think that we're here and need to figure out where to park.
Did London just say she wants to say something? Okay,
Okay,
London,
Lou,
what would you
talk,
like to
but
say?
You gotta talk loud.
I'll bring it back a little bit.
Okay, on me.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Okay.
Close up.
I like working at the salon because it's like we already were talking about this, but it's like a really good like environment and stuff, and like everyone's like really like it's like a little like family.
Go
at the
past the
salon.
light.
Like
Then at the next
Rhonda
one,
is like the
use the right
baby
lane to
sister.
turn left onto
London is like the baby sister.
Baby sister.
Yeah, London gets to do a lot of things that
She's always like, "Can I help? Do you need help with that?"
Yes, she's always
Oh,
wanting to
Can I
help.
mix your color for you? Do you need help with
weighing the color. London, what's your favorite part about working at the salon?
at the light.
Um,
Use the right lane to turn
that?
left.
The girls let me mix their bowls.
Or cutting hair?
Right, cutting
Oh,
the
I
old
love that.
extensions.
That is so much fun.
She cuts a mean straight line.
Which is honestly the hardest thing to cut in hair, right? Like,
Yeah.
Use the middle lane.
especially for us,
Lakeshore Drive.
we don't
Grand Avenue.
really cut
Then
straight
turn
lines.
left onto East Grand Avenue.
Like, it's not that we cut janky,
Right,
lines,
jagged ones,
but we don't cut a lot of straight
Past
lines.
this line. Then at the next one, turn left onto East Grand Avenue.
Honestly, I really hope I'm in the right place right now.
Turn left. Then
Turn
turn
left.
left onto North
How,
Lakeshore Drive.
there's no left.
We're on Lakeshore Drive. So now we're on Lakeshore Drive at Lake Michigan. We're probably now 10 minutes. Thank God we left early.
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, we're still early.
Yeah, we're still early. And this is like, we're arriving the
traffic on
day
the
before
Saturday,
for me to be an
Then
hour
next one.
early.
Dude, that's like 35 minutes
Yeah.
after we were driving.
Thank God we planned on
At the
leaving
light,
2
use
hours
the left lane
prior.
to turn onto East Chicago
So
Road.
nice to have.
Turn left onto North
Lights.
Fairbanks Court.
Great, London, anything else you want to add? What do you think will be your forte when you're a hairstylist, Lou?
Probably like doing like foils or curly hair and extensions. I want to
How excited are you to learn hair extensions next weekend?
very, 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 very excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's not an opportunity that's afforded to many at age 15. So I guess if you're 15 or 16 and you want your hair extensions done, you got to figure out who London is.
Right. Follow London on Instagram.
She'll probably do it for free.
Yeah.
just to be able to do. Riley will have extensions. Her mom will have them in. Yeah, you could once you know how to do it. Yeah, you could. What else? Feel free to talk, anybody.
I know, I'm trying to
Gosh, you
think.
guys talk my ear off all the time. We're on Zoom and then it's like mute.
What are we most excited for today? Not even like salon. So we're doing a lot of styling and stuff today. What are we?
Celia's
Looking
most
forward to.
excited to all the braided styles.
I know Celia loves all the braiding. Which I don't know why you don't like it because you braid down your own hair.
I know, but I just don't like it's. I think what it is for me, the reason why I struggle so much because I can literally do cornrows, but I can't do like a French braid. I think it's like a grip thing.
It's your nails.
It's a grip, for God's sake, because if it's an afro, I can get that braided down to a T. You try to get some straight hair, I look at it like, what?
It's the grip. It's the grip.
It's
Like when you cornrow, you kind of like braid like on top. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
Like, when
I
you
don't
do
know
a French braid, it's like coming
yeah,
from the
like I
sides and
can't-
underneath.
That's too much.
And a cornrow is like super tight. A French braid,
Like
there's,
I couldn't
no
even
happy
use a
medium.
curling iron 2 years ago. That's not too great.
Celia likes to cause pain. It's what it is. And a regular braid just isn't
Regular braid is asking
feeling
a
it.
lot.
great. And Alyssa, who are you texting right now? Your mom?
Do you want me to be honest?
Oh no.
Maybe not.
I'm looking at hair tutorials.
Oh. Are you looking for styles for today?
Yeah, I'm trying to find some. I'm not texting anyone. I'm being proactive.
Her little face has been down in that phone. I keep
Oh, I was
looking up.
texting Grace, but
Oh,
We love Grace.
we don't need to hear about those texts.
I was just texting Grace. I just wanted her to come to my hotel room tonight.
Isn't she?
Well, it's I don't know.
Are you guys going out after this?
I want to, but she doesn't want to Uber alone, and she's not gonna drive here with the parking situation. So, we're
What if she
trying-
took a train and then
Yeah, but by her little self,
on the train?
No big deal.
that's what I said. But she's like, it's gonna be dark.
Grace is afraid of the dark.
Well,
I just
She's
can't,
little.
but I just see her being so strong.
She is, like, mentally. She's
Yeah, like I just
mentally, she's
me-
got it. Mentally,
physically-
she's got it. Physically, could use the
physically
support.
she is.
Turn
Great.
left onto East Illinois.
Grace used to work at a George Salon too when she was a little baby.
Yep. She was London's age.
Yeah, oh my gosh, she was so young. So young. What else? We're about to get to this hotel. And it's interesting because there's 100
In a
and
quarter mile,
thirty-
turn
what
right
did you
onto
say?
North Lakeshore Drive.
Am I in the right spot again?
It's saying we're 3 minutes away.
Yeah, you're in the right spot.
Did it tell me to get back on Lakeshore Drive?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
Yeah.
to take East Wacker again and then
Why?
no, but it won't be bad. Or no. You'll take Lakeshore Drive to East Wacker and then it's like over there.
So I'm gonna go back in that dungeon again?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to turn left on what street is this? On North Stetson.
No, it's telling me North Lakeshore Drive.
Well,
Is
yeah,
there
but
another
that's after.
41?
You have to take Lakeshore Drive to East Wacker, and then the left that we need to look out for is North Stetson Avenue.
All right, so please point this out so that I'm in the correct lane
Okay.
because I'm talking.
I would say keep right if you can.
Yeah, I'll stay here and then after the
Go
fact,
past the slide.
feel free
Then on
to
the next
call
one,
out
Turn right onto North
if
Lakeshore
you're
Drive.
mine. Okay,
I'll
I
help
have
you
it
out.
on my phone too, just in case.
all right. Jackie.
Yeah.
What, what's it
Turn
been
right,
like
Then keep right onto North
working
Lakeshore
with-
Drive.
with those little babies at home?
Oh.
Jackie and I,
Work is no longer work. Work is like
Right onto North
is like
Lakeshore Drive.
going away for the like on a vacation.
5 hours.
For 5 hours.
Jackie and I want to
Use
do a
the right lane to
podcast
take a slight right turn onto East Wacker Drive.
on mommy guilt, like mommy working guilt.
Oh, I think you have to
We should do a podcast on mommy working good.
Chloe, I know.
Podcast is ready to be done. We need to get there.
No, we will.
Okay, now make
We're
another
still fine. Look at it's going to the same. That's the thing with Chicago.
Jump
There's so ridiculous roads. There's 2 roads and ways to get.
the curves.
at this
Let's
point.
got it. This your tires.
You're supposed to be over there?
We
No.
just got filled. We're
We're
good.
turning. It says no turns, but I'm gonna turn.
Turn, because that's
a left turn, but
It says no turns,
oh
but we're turning.
Yeah.
well, yeah, we're gonna.
We're
Yeah,
turning.
because they wanted to close that other hole back there.
All right, Jackie, back to the mom guilt. There's 0.
Well, I mean, there is some sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, when I leave that house, I'm like, see you later.
I'm
I love you dearly. I'll see you in the morning.
I'm gonna recharge.
It's like I don't come back until they're already in bed.
Turn
Yeah.
left onto
You're
North
about- yeah,
Stetson
get
Yeah,
it
Avenue.
you're
left
gonna
lane.
take a left.
I work a lot of nighttime hours, so I come back and every time I'm at work, except on Saturdays, I can come home and they're in bed and I can just look at them on the baby monitor and they're so sweet and innocent and asleep and it refreshes me for the next day. Work refreshes me to deal with my kids and be in a better mental space the next day. But I feel like I just took on an extra evening day in the week.
Jackie
as a
begged me to, please, I'm coming back on Wednesday.
It feels like a good amount. Like I think I went from working 20 hours to 25 and just that extra 25, I feel like it's a good balance.
Yeah,
I still get to be at home with them a ton, but I also get a little bit of extra time to regroup.
woo. It's like Speed Racer over here. This little
But
tunnel.
I will say that I feel like, I don't know.
Sorry.
I think
Here.
yeah, here.
Yeah, left.
That's it.
And
yeah.
she's not talking to us.
Oh, she's frozen right now, so.
Okay, okay.
It's gonna be right past here on your right, parking, hotel park.
Oh, Hotel Valet.
Oh, perfect, right? And while we're in the dungeon still.
Right here?
No.
Yeah, hotel, oh, that's valet.
right
What's all
here?
public?
Is it just gonna open?
Hyatt Regency.
Okay.
Pull forward slowly to empty tour.
All right. Well, we've arrived. I'm about to have heart failure, I'm sure, pulling up in this freaking parking garage because we're gonna valet this. Hopefully they just take it from me because I cannot handle the steep spiral in the city that happens in these garages. So thank you for listening. We hope we entertained you.
Right, with all of our chaos.
As usual, we're so grateful for you. Bye.
All right, bye.
everybody.
Oh, yeah. And